Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is TheKillerNacho again, and I have a roulette now here with Draco Falconi, a real-life friend of mine. This differs slightly from the regular roulette rules, because he didn't have a whole lot of Pokemon, but he was PKHexing some recently. So I just said, you know what, let's do a roulette, but this time with Pokedex numbers. And if we land on a not fully evolved, you just round it to the nearest fully evolved non-Uber. So that's what we did, and therefore we kind of know both each other's teams before we started. But, yeah, anyway, so he leads with Archeops, as I try to lead with Volcarona, a Pokemon that I've never really gotten set up ever. I go into Slowbro, which I was super lucky to get, being that it is a Mega Evolution thing, and I'm not going to Mega Evolve quite yet, because I want to still make use of the Regenerator ability, as he just taunts me and then switches out into Uxie. So I'm going to go for the Scald here, because it's super effective against Archeops. I would also hit him down below half, which will, due to Archeops' ability, cripple it. Either way, he just goes into Uxie here, and that is going to take that pretty nicely, and then he sets up a Light Screen as I try to go back into Volcarona. Obviously, I do take a lot of damage from Stealth Rocks, and with that Light Screen, it's going to be very hard to set up, as he goes into Gothitelle. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Roost, and that's going to get my remaining HP back. And those who don't know, Gothitelle can no longer have, its Shadow Tag, which is his hidden ability. That has been banned by Smokin, and this, Gothitelle does not have it. Even still, I decided to actually just stay in and Quiver Dance, mainly because I think I can maybe outpace this thing. I do have the super effective Bug Buzz, and I am going to go for it here, to see how much it does. Now, he does go for the Thunder Wave, which is kind of whatever, because after another Quiver Dance, I know I probably will outspeed, even with the Paralysis. So I'm just going to go for that, thinking that he doesn't really have much to hurt me. And once his Light Screen wears off, I should be good to kill this Gothitelle. He's going to continue to Calm Mind, knowing something I don't know, as I just go for another Quiver Dance. And after this Quiver Dance, I do outspeed, despite the Paralysis. So, yeah, that's pretty nifty for me. Unfortunately, I go for another Quiver Dance, thinking that if I do that, I raise my special defense along with his special attack. I should be able to take whatever he does pretty nicely, and for some reason I completely forgot about Psyshock, which is a thing that a lot of Psychic types carry, which, for those who don't know, Psyshock does damage based on my defense rather than my special defense, but it still uses the special attack stat of the attacker, so it's pretty nice ability, and yeah, it's not going to, it's going to 2-hit KO me. He was actually hoping for the 1-hit KO, but I am able to at least get one Bug Buzz off before going down, so at least there's that. And Gothitelle is going to continue eating leftovers as I go into Diggersby, which is a Pokemon I used previously, but a Pokemon that I got in this roulette. So, yeah, this is just a Choice Scarf set, but obviously with pure power, Diggersby is going to be doing a lot of damage. And, yeah, I just go for, I believe, the U-turn, because I predicted him to switch, and even if he stays in, I know that U-turn probably will kill, being that it is super effective. So, yeah, there's that. He ends up going into Aromatisse, which is kind of like a, Cleric / utility Pokemon. I go into my own utility Pokemon, Bastiodon, and yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and set up the Stealth Rocks, knowing that the Aromatisse probably doesn't have anything to really hurt me, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, the Light Screen wears off there. Wish that was a few turns earlier, so Bug Buzz could have knocked out that, the Gothitelle, but whatever. I just set up the Stealth Rocks, as he actually protects, so that's a pretty good exchange for me. He's going to switch out now, realizing he can't really do much to me. I go for the Metal Burst, which obviously does nothing, considering the foe did not attack me. And he makes a really good play with this Mr. Mime and Tricks, which, yeah, that gives me the Choice Specs and him leftovers. And this Bastiodon really has no other attacking move other than Metal Burst, which is a pseudo-attacking move at best. So, yeah, it's not like I can do a whole lot now that I am Choice Specs. It really does hurt that Bastiodon set. I go into Simisage, which is a monkey Pokemon that I got, and I really wasn't expecting much out of. This is a Nasty Plot set, but being that I took all that damage switching in, I know I can't really set up, so I just go for a Leaf Storm, hoping to do damage, and I end up taking out this Mr. Mime, which is ridiculous. Simisage actually coming through and KOing a Pokemon, doing a fair amount of damage there, and he goes back into Uxie, and being that I'm in red health and I have a life orb anyway, I'm just going to stay in and go for another one. And even after the -2 special attack, it still does a ton to Uxie, who is a very defensive Pokemon, so I have to say I was pleasantly surprised with how this Leaf Monkey thing did. But now it's time for it to die, and Simisage, yeah, does die. Which, yeah, he did what he's supposed to do. Pleasantly surprised by how effective that was. Regardless, he goes back into Aromatisse as I go back into Bastiodon, I think, for some reason. I don't know why I would even go into Bastiodon. Do I go into Bastiodon? No, I go into Diggersby, that's right. I go into Diggersby because I know those things' defenses aren't good. I know that these things are usually EV defensively, though. But I know that its base defense isn't very good, so I just want to see how much Return does, being that it's my main damage stab move. I also have Earthquake, but I know that, I think I'm using Return here because I know Return will hit his whole team. Regardless, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Return again, and it does more than half as he goes for the Wish. So I'm just pretty confident it's going to continue staying in and going for the Return. If he does switch out, then at least I think I'll do more damage than the Wish will heal, and he ends up going to Leafeon, which does have a ton of defense. So let's see how much it does, and Return does actually a little bit more than half, which tells me that this Leafeon does not have heavy investment in its defense or HP. It doesn't seem to be a very bulky Leafeon at all. I go into Bastiodon, try to get the Metal Burst off on it, I guess, as he just goes for a Leaf Blade, which, yeah, it doesn't do that much, and it does show me that it has Life Orb, so that's a pretty interesting fact as well. I'm just going to go for the Metal Burst anyway, and looking back on it, that could have been a mistake if he decided to set up. He did say it was a Swords Dance set, but yeah, he ends up just going back into Aromatisse anyway, and yeah, I'm going to have to switch because I know he's not going to attack me, so I don't want to give him a free, you know, time to heal his team and such with Protect or Wish. So I go back into Diggersby. I don't really think there's a whole lot he could do, even if he attacked me. But yeah, he ends up going for the Wish, which is obvious, and I think I'm just going to U-turn. I think I U-turn here, predicting a switch, and I just wanted to get the jump on it, but no, he's just going to Protect again to see what I would do, and also to heal his Aromatisse, which is a good play, because now I am locked in a U-turn. And I'm going to have to keep going for it, and he knows that he can take a U-turn pretty nicely, being that Fairy does resist Bug. So, yeah, this Aromatisse just being really a nuisance right now. And, yeah, I really should have just started attacking with Diggersby, because at this point, Diggersby is probably my best chance to break through. Anyway, he is going to go for the Moonblast. I go back to the Bastiodon, which does resist. He does get the special attack drop, not that it matters, and all of that. So, he is going to switch, I believe. He does... No, he goes for the Wish again. What do I even do? Oh, right, I tried to taunt this thing, not knowing what its ability is. It has Aroma Veil, by the way, so I really should look up abilities I'm not familiar with, and, yeah, Aroma Veil apparently protects against, like, 6 moves, and Taunt is one of them, so I guess that's pretty good. I mean, the moves that prevent Pokemon from doing what they want to do, basically. Regardless, it goes back into Archeops, as I go out into Slowbro, and, yeah, this is not a terrible matchup for me. And he is going to get the Roost, though, so he's back to full HP, which actually is relevant. I do Mega Evolve now and just go for the Scald, and I end up getting him down to 1 HP because he does have the Focus Sash. But as you can see, I end up getting the Burn, too, which actually really sucks for him because this was an Endeavor Archeops, he said. So, that is actually really terrible because I got the Burn, he's not able to get the Endeavor off, which would have obviously really crippled Slowbro to the point that, well, it basically would be dead. So, yeah, that really sucks. Either way, it goes back into Gothitelle. I'm thinking that this thing might have Shadow Ball or something, so I decided to switch out into Diggersby to take the Shadow Ball, being that I am a normal type, and I believe he just ends up going for I don't remember. Let's see what he goes for. He goes for a Rest to heal, which is decent, I suppose. He does have the Aromatisse, which assumably has Aromatherapy, so, yeah, he's trying to get the full heal off and then go into Aromatisse to heal the sleep, and he does. Well, he ends up going to Leafeon, as I just go for a Return, and, yeah, Return ends up actually KOing the Leafeon, which I was actually surprised by, being that it did not look like it did that much the first time. But good for me, and yeah, he now goes back into Aromatisse and ends up making another misplay. He said that he should have probably went for the Aromatherapy. Instead, he just tries to Moonwave or Moonburst me, or whatever the heck that is, which does not KO, and also removes his opportunity to wake up his sleeping, you know, sleeping goth chick thing. Gothitelle, that's the word I'm looking for. But regardless, he is going to try to protect to get enough HP to survive, but that is not quite enough. And the Roman position goes down. His only Pokemon left is the sleeping Gothitelle, which has no way to attack when asleep. So this is game over. Very good game, Draco. Like all roulettes, just a simply fun match in general. So I will move on to today's question of the day. Today's question of the day is: what is your favorite mini game in any Pokemon game? Obviously, the game corner was a staple in this franchise until, well, they decided to take it out because of gambling issues, controversies. Oh, right, he does have this Uxie too, which I also just killed because I'm a Scarf set. But either way, yeah, as I was saying, there's also other things like Bug Buzz, Voltorb, Flip. What is it? The Pokeathlon in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. But yeah, leave a comment about your favorite. Basically, anything that's not like battling. The Pokemon games have a ton of mini games if you think about it. So leave a comment about your favorite mini game in the Pokemon series, and I will see you guys again next time. Laters. Rate, comment, and subscribe if you like this video, please.